Welcome to drmom.com.
Hey, drmom.com. Thanks for joining me. So I wanted to do a series on some social message myths that we need to toss. Hopefully you'll toss it before 2019, or you could just toss it right now because there's so many out there. We can't go over all of them, but there's definitely some that I want to share with you. So the first one is, if I just do more, then I'll be good enough. I mean, any of you guys struggle with that? Because I know lots of people I know, personally, professionally, struggle with that. If I just do more, I'll be good enough. Maybe if I do this or check this off my list or complete this goal, then I'll be good enough. And inadequacy really is something that we struggle with a lot in a society where we can never measure up because it's constantly moving and we're constantly wanting to compare ourselves to other people, whether it's in person or in social media. Social media definitely makes it easier to compare, and comparison is so rough. It creates shame, it makes us feel worse. And so when you feel like you're not good enough, you are definitely not alone. It's those thoughts and those feelings that you have that are like, I have to do more, I have to be more, I have to give more, always more. It goes beyond this healthy desire to grow and learn. It's not about wanting to be your best self, it's just about wanting to live up to this standard that's not possible. It's this insatiable, critical internal voice that you constantly try to satisfy. And maybe even sometimes you think you may have satisfied it for a little bit, but then it sneaks its way back in and has something else to say. It's so difficult in this high speed culture that we're surrounded with to feel good enough. Our culture often demands this hustle, this grind, and the more social media we expose ourselves to, the more opportunity for us to feel like we're connecting with others by checking out their pictures, reading their opinions or their stories. When in reality, instead of connecting with one another, we're all too often comparing ourselves to one another. And if you're constantly comparing, you can't feel good enough with who you are because there is only one you. It's not really a fair comparison. We can compare ourselves to these fictitious presentations that are posted or that we see in magazines, or maybe even that some people, want to tell us in real life because it feels good to share those good stories, and that's great to share those good stories. But when all you're sharing is this little glimpse, and it's not reality, it's a glimpse into only this glamour, it's not fair to you who's showing that glimpse because that's not your reality. There's more to you than that, and that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be, but it's also not fair to everyone else who's seeing it and constantly comparing themselves to it. And we have to hold ourselves responsible for that. We can't hold ourselves accountable for everyone else's, decisions to compare, but it is so difficult not to. Isn't it difficult not to compare yourself? But then it starts this cycle of just not feeling good enough. How can you? Your standard measure for what good enough is based on what other people say, think, and do, and not who you genuinely want to be, not your authentic self, not your core values, not your experience, not your journey. There's nothing wrong, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with using social media for sharing some things with some people. I'm not social media bashing. It's when use of things like social media begin to impact how you measure your own worth your sense of enoughness, it's time to reevaluate. Is this my real life relationship that I'm having with myself, with other people that really matter to me? Is that what I'm basing my measurements on? Is that what enough means to me? Or is it something else? Sometimes we need a break. It's about having a healthy balance. Sometimes we need a break from social media or whatever it is that we're comparing ourselves to. That's fictitious. It's just not based in reality. Sometimes we need to take a break from that and we need to step back. And instead of comparing, we need to focus on connecting. Let's be real, social media is not going anywhere. It didn't cause this phenomenon of not feeling good enough among all of us human beings. This has been going on way before social media. People found themselves not feeling good enough and needing to do more and be more. And this topic can feel heavy because it hits so many people. So what I really want to prove or show or just get some awareness around here is that, let's be clear, not feeling good enough is a normal human feeling in our culture. But to sit in it and to feel stuck in that not feeling good enough, most likely what's going on is that you are comparing yourself to something outside of yourself that isn't in line with your values and isn't helping you focus on who you truly want to be, how you truly want to be, connecting with your authentic self here in this world, in this moment. And having goals is great. Aspirations, that's wonderful. But meeting all of your goals will not leave you feeling good enough. If you are constantly comparing to something external to yourself, meeting your goals isn't going to make that better. If you achieve your life aspirations, but you lose yourself in the process, your ability to experience joy and embrace life to the fullest will be severely limited. So, you are enough at being you. And if you allow your enoughness to be measured by who and how you authentically are and want to be throughout your life journey, it's a destination. It's not a destination. It's about the movement and the process and the experience to getting there. It's not about how you think you should. It's not about the shoulds based on these comparisons or social pressures. It's about connecting with your values and living those values out, knowing that there are going to be times when you mess up, when you go off the path. That's normal. That's human. And so when you go into 2019, what you want to toss is this myth that if you constantly do more, be more, strive for more, then one day you'll wake up and you'll be good enough. You are enough. You're enough at being you, and that is a beautiful thing that is unique only to you. And that's what you want to take with you into 2019. So that's it for today on drmom.com. See you next time.
Thanks for tuning in.
Until next time.
Bye.
drmom.com does not constitute a client-patient relationship and claims no clinical responsibility for any information presented on this channel. Please seek out a therapist in your area if you would like to pursue individual clinical support.